this video we will look at volume. Imagine, for example, a sphere, a cylinder, a cone and a cube. Of these shapes, the odd one out is the cube, because of all the shapes the cube is the only one in which we can't make the volume of it by rotating a curve around the x-axis. Consider for a moment the line shown on the graph. Let's look at a segment of it from -1 to 1. If we imagine this line in 3 dimensions, we can rotate this around the x-axis, and the shape that is made is a cone. What we are going to look at is how to find the volume of a shape generated by a curve which is rotated around the x-axis. Shown is a general curve. The curve is fx, and we will rotate it around the axis and look at a small piece of it which will have thickness dx. The volume dV of this piece, that is the small volume of this piece, is equal to the volume of the disk, which is just the cylinder approximately, which is pi r squared h. The radius is going to be the function, and the height will be dx. By cross multiplying, we have dV dx equals fx squared times pi. So in other words, the derivative of volume is pi fx squared, and therefore the volume is given by pi antiderivative from a to b fx squared dx. Let's have a look at an example. The curve defined below is rotated around the x-axis to form a solid. It is rotated around the axis from 0 to 1. Find the volume generated. What solid is produced? When we rotate this curve, we get a truncated cone. That is, a cone with the top of it missing. The volume is given by the formula V equals pi antiderivative from 0 to 1 fx squared dx. In this case, fx is x plus 1. Calculating the antiderivative by increasing the power and dividing by the new power, putting in the values of 1 and 0, gives us the answer of 7 over 3 pi units cubed. So this is the volume of the truncated cone. Let's look at another example. The curve y equals root 1 minus x squared is rotated around the x-axis from -1 to 1. The curve root 1 minus x squared is a semicircle. When this is rotated, it will produce a sphere. In this case, fx will be square root 1 minus x squared. So the square of this is 1 minus x squared. And the antiderivative is x minus 1/3 x cubed. Putting in the values of 1 and -1, and we find that the volume is 4 over 3 pi units cubed. Here's one I'd like you to try. What is the volume generated when the curve y equals 1 is rotated around the axis from 0 to 10? What shape is produced? Pause and resume when you're ready to see the answer. The curve y equals 1 is a horizontal line. When this is rotated around the x-axis, it produces a cylinder. The formula for volume is antiderivative fx squared. In this case, the function is just 1, and 1 squared is 1. The antiderivative of 1 is x. We put in the limits 10 and 0, and we find the answer to be 10 pi. That's all for this video.